Today, we talk about.
Cool. All right. So welcome back. Episode, I don't know. Ethan Everhart.
That is
Welcome.
me, yes.
Yeah. So why don't you... Well, I'll tee this up for a second. Probably in my opinion, in my estimation, the best crafter of jokes amongst the comedians in Iowa.
That is...
Yeah, your cadence slash style is very, not only unique, I don't know if it is unique.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's unique, it's just, it's very well crafted. So, with that said, yeah, why don't you give us a little spiel about yourself?
So is this is going to be like this is like a Tinder bio, but in person.
You know what? Yes.
I'm 25.
Boom.
I've been doing comedy for 2 years almost.
That's what I wanted to know, because that is impressive for 2 years, I gotta say.
Is it?
I meet people 4 to 7 years in who are very good, perhaps even better than you, quote unquote. But at 2 years in, I rarely see people as, what's the right word?
Angry.
Perhaps, yeah, that is definitely part of your style. But yes. I digress. Anyway, continue.
I don't know. What else? I have a degree in history.
Oh, that's right.
Which, knowing that if you ever hear my jokes, you'll understand. You'll understand.
Yeah, you do have a lot of history-based jokes. I have started to recognize that.
You notice it.
Yeah. Have you always been that way with your comedy? Always referencing history just because that's what you know and that's what you went to school for?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's just a joke for me. So I can, when I get off stage, I can be like, "Hey, that reference I made, nobody got it. I did."
Actually, that's another thing I've noticed about you. You don't give a shit about bombing, which obviously every comedian should.
Oh, I do.
Be
very much.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do.
All right. Well, I guess you take it better than.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I've been doing it here. I'm just comfortable here. That's the only difference. I've been in all these places for so long. Mm-hmm. To where I've kind of proven myself to the other comics.
Got it. And that's all you care about? Or
so it's like, if I go up and bomb, who gives a shit?
Well, I guess it's a two-part question for me, because one is, as far as the bombing goes, first of all, you don't bomb often, if ever. I think I maybe saw you quote bomb once, and it was just your proclaimed bomb. I wouldn't have called it a bomb, but anyway. You do take it very well, which is dope, but the second part of this question is... do you feel like you're more of like a comedian's comedian, as they say, where like you're just trying to impress the other comics and you don't give a shit about getting a laugh, or?
I don't know. I think when I started, I'm not very talkative with people I don't know. So when I started, I didn't want to come in and try and be buddy with everybody, not because I'm standoffish, and not even so much because I'm shy, but because I knew going in that I wouldn't be very good, and I didn't want to put them in the position to be like, "Oh, that was really good," when it's like, I know I fucking suck. It took a while to where I finally got a couple good sets where I'm like, "Oh, right, I think I kind of belong here."
I could see that mentality. Yeah. So what motivated you to do it in the first place? Was there a backstory there, or?
I just like it. I didn't get molested or beaten.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people say that you have to have some kind of trauma, so you don't have a trauma story, right?
I moved around a lot when I was little.
Oh, that's right.
But I stayed in the same school. I just moved houses a bunch. My parents got divorced, but I was little. I was a baby when it happened.
Got it.
So I didn't know anything else.
Okay.
My house burned down when I was like a year and a half old. So
what? Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was a good time.
So I guess, when you do unpackage it, I tend to find that, like, I guess every comic has their thing, right? But who would you say inspires your style of comedy, if anybody?
Well, so the reason there are a few people. The reason I started, I love Carlin.
Okay.
Carlin, Louis, and Bill Burr. Those are my three guys.
I could see you being like a little hybrid of that style. Yeah, I can see that.
That's also, and before that, Conan.
Oh, that's right. You
I
mentioned
love
that.
Conan.
Yeah,
And out of those four, 3 of them are redheads, 2 of them are balding, and the other one is Irish. So
Fair enough. Well, actually, Louis is Mexican, right?
yeah, but Carlin's Irish.
Oh, okay, got it.
But Louis is a balding redhead.
But he's a redhead, yeah.
I jerk off a lot, too. Not in front of people, though.
Nice. I was thinking about a joke for that, actually, where I guess it wasn't a premise, but it was like, the funny thought in my head was, you're a big Louis fan if you jerk off to the idea of him jerking off.
Well, I'm not that big of a fan.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, that was a funny thought I had in my head that I thought I could explore someday.
Or while you're jerking off, you think of Louis, and he makes you laugh while you're jerking off because you thought about him.
Interesting. See, right there, you have this way with sentence construction, if you will. There's definitely a better word for it, but I don't know how to phrase it. Have you always been that way?
I
where
believe
like
it's called syntax.
Sure. I don't know if syntax.
I
is
don't
the right
know
way
if
to use it. But like your style is definitely very, like I said earlier, well crafted. Do you feel like that's a skill you've developed over 2 years, or is that just something you always had in conversation or whatever?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely gotten better since I started.
Okay.
100%. But I've always liked writing. That's what I initially was going to go to college for, was writing. Also, I did an honors thesis in college for history, which required a fuckload of research and then writing and rewriting and stuff. So you kind of get in the mode of being able to kind of rewrite semi-quickly.
Yeah, so would you say it was more of like an efficiency thing? Like it helped you become more efficient with sentences?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, even now, I'm still a verbose fuck most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, because I would say one of the skills in comedy I'm still working on is
all of them.
all of them
Got
for
'em.
sure. Yeah, but definitely a main one is like writing, because I've always hated writing. Never a big writer fan, and my influence of comedy types are, and I know you're gonna hate it, but like Dane Cook, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, animated types. So I feel like that's more my wheelhouse, but I wish I had like that ability, like a Mark Norman.
I know there are a lot of comics who are like, I hate this and this and that. It's like, I don't care who you like. I mean, who doesn't fucking like Jim Carrey?
Okay, fair.
Dane Cook, take him or
I was
leave
gonna say
him. I don't have
Dane
any
Cook
problem. I don't have any problem with Dane. I mean, it's like the joke stealing and this and that and all that. But I think that even got addressed on Louis' show.
That did. Yeah.
But I mean, I remember when that I'm at the Madison Square Garden in the round, or I don't know if it was the Garden.
Dane Cook, you mean?
Yeah, Dane Cook is in the round. I remember when that came out on Comedy Central. It's huge.
Oh yeah, dude.
Everybody
broke
fucking
records
watched
and
that.
shit, right?
So I remember all that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get a sense from your style of comedians, if I could lump you all together.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are like more crafty tend to not be as big fans of Dane Cook in general. That's what.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to him a lot, but I'm not.
You're not a hater.
Like, yeah, I mean, when I was a teenager and I was like playing guitar and all this, I'm like, anything that's not rock sucks. This and that, and then like as I got older, I learned to appreciate other stuff more. And at a certain point, it's like, maybe Katy Perry's not writing songs for me,
right?
So why do I even care?
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah, and Dane's humor is not for certain people.
I mean, he does things that make me laugh, so.
Fair enough.
I can usually find something in somebody's act that
very mature
gives
of
me
you
a
to say.
chuckle. I tried. It's surprising how semi-mature I am.
I would say, actually, that's another thing. I was shocked to hear that you were 25. I was like, what?
Yeah, I look 185 years old.
And not even in a bad way. It's just that plus your act. Like I said, it's surprising to hear that you've only been doing it 2 years and that you're so young. It's like, holy shit,
Well, I think I've wanted to do. Every comic has a story. The ones that didn't start when they were fucking 10 years old, like everybody I know, that was a comedic trope of hyperbole.
Hyperbole, I love hyperbole.
You should jot that one down.
Another thing I'm working on. Yeah.
I wanted to do comedy for probably I was at least thinking about it for like 3 or 4 years before I even did it.
Got it.
But I was just like, hey, I'm only 20. I don't have an opinion. I have opinions, but I don't have any experiences. Nobody's gonna laugh at me and this and that. So I just spent all that time listening to, like, at that time, every one of Carlin's 5,000 specials was on Netflix. So I watched all of those like 100 times. That's when I found Burr and Louis and all that stuff too.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, growing up, I was big on the Comedy Central Presents stuff. Mm-hmm. I was consuming that shit, like Kazaa and LimeWire. I don't know if you were around for that era.
Oh, yes, I gave my computer cancer. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the songs that are on my phone right now are from downloads from 15 years ago. Because I don't like re-downloading shit.
Yeah,
So move it over.
I feel you, man. I did the same thing with all my John Mayer songs, back in the day. But yeah, man, I just remember consuming comedy, just downloading it from these websites just to take it in. You know, I remember being on the floor crying, laughing at Dane Cook's Comedy Central Presents with the pickles joke. I was just
that's the big one. That's the one everybody's heard.
Yeah. But I think the difference with me, which I tend to see a discrepancy with certain comics, they say they'll see certain comedians and they're like, oh my God, I want to do that. That's what I want to do with my life. But I watched comedians and I'd be like, dude, this has to be like some shaman magic that's been bestowed upon these certain individuals that get to become comedians. Like I had no idea they'd been at it for like decades. Or,
yeah, you see, it's the same with all. Like I've like,
I mean, I was
it's
a kid.
like listening to music too. It's like if you, as like a guitarist, it's like you go and you watch Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's either, oh my God, I would love to be able to do that,
right,
or oh my God, would never be able to do that.
Well, I would add a third, which is for me, for whatever reason, I'm not a big music guy. I mean, I listen to music, but like I still don't have Spotify Premium. You know,
I don't either.
Okay,
that's because I'm cheap.
Hey, nice.
$3 a month that I need.
Hey, I get it, man. The Life of a Comic, a real one.
Well, let's not get carried away.
No, yeah, you do have another job, which we can talk about that too. But what was I going to say? Yeah, with music, the third category I would add, in my opinion, is people who listen to music, know they can't do it, but don't care to do it. Like you could, I guess if you bestowed me with the skill set of a fantastic singer, I would take it, obviously.
Yeah.
But unlike comedy, where I was like, man, I would love to do that, but I know I can't. Like that was my attitude, as opposed to other people that are like, oh my God, I want to do that so bad, I'm going to work at it. You know, so
it's just like learning an instrument. It's like, yeah, you can listen to 1,000 podcasts on how to do comedy. You can read everything you want, but you're gonna have to just go up there and choke on a big fat cock for a while until you get a couple laughs.
Hear, hear, yeah. As I've come to learn, especially in the New York scene.
And yeah, even then, like bombing is not as bad as you think it's going to be. It sucks.
Right.
It sucks, especially early on when you don't have like it's easier for me now because. Like, I've had good sets, so it's like, all right, I know these work.
Right.
I know some of these work. I know I can write a good joke every few months. But, like, when you start out, it's like, I bombed for 5 minutes straight. I make my friends laugh. And it's, all you have to do, if you just listen to your sets and you learn from it and you change whatever you find out, it's, I don't know, I'm woefully oversimplifying it. But
yeah, no, I get that, but even in that simplicity, some people just don't do that. You know, plenty of people don't record their sets. From what I see, they don't. They don't change things up. I see them delivering the same bomb at one mic in Manhattan, and then the same bomb set in Upper East Side. It's like, so I think some people just don't get it sometimes.
Well, even that's like I was in New York last year. I did one mic.
Where at?
It was Laughing Buddha.
Okay.
It was one of them, and it was, I can't remember what street it was on.
Sure. I mean, there's a bunch. So
I don't know if you know this, but there are a lot of streets in New York City. But even that I would give like some leeway, because I mean, you do bombs in one place, you got another fucking show you can do later that night and see if it, well, maybe it was just the crowd. If you're one of those who blames the crowd every time, which is so much fun to do, I highly recommend it. Blame it every time. But if it's like 2 or 3 times, it's like either I gotta ditch this or I gotta change something.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. And I didn't want to interrupt you,